Log into AWS Management Console and browse through IAM service. IAM dashboard is showing that various security best practices. Ensure that root account does not have programmatic access is enabled. That means access key and secret access key should not be generated for root accounts for security reasons. And ensure that multi-factor authentication is enabled for root and IAM user accounts. As discussed in the previous lectures, multi-factor authentication will enable you to have a more security to access the AWS services. So that when you are authenticating with the AWS services, you need to supply the credentials, which is your password. Then you must be providing the security token as well at the time of logging into the AWS Management Console, which is the additional security to authenticate with the AWS Management Console. And it is recommended to have individual IAM users created for every specific individual users to access the AWS services. Then we need to have IAM groups can be created and assign the respective IAM policies to the user groups. Then there is a IAM password policy being defined by the AWS. Click on Manage Password Policy. Click on Set Password Policy. Here we can see various password complexity rules which are defined. We can choose which password complexity can be defined for your IAM users to set a password. These rules will enforce the IAM users to have a strong password when they are resetting their passwords. Based on the organization compliance rules and the business requirements, we can choose various options available for the password complexity rules. Once you choose the options, we can save the settings so that these password policy rules will be applicable for all the IAM users. Let me click on Cancel. Go back to the dashboard. I will show you how to set up multi-factor authentication for root account or for IAM users. Let's say I want to set up multi-factor authentication for the specific IAM user. Then click on Users. Select the user from the list. I'll choose IVQ1. Click on Security Credentials. Scroll down. Currently you see that MFA device is not associated for this IAM user. To map to the MFA device, click on Manage. Currently AWS is supporting 3 types of MFA devices can be associated for your IAM accounts. Virtual MFA will allow you to have app installed on your mobile devices and can have a security token generated which will be used at the time of login. And if you want to use hardware MFA, then you need to get a Gmail token, and the token has to be associated for your specific IAM users. So that at the time of your logging into the AWS account, whatever the security token got generated in your Gmail token, that token has to be supplied for authentication. For now, I'll show you how to set up MFA using virtual MFA method. Select virtual MFA, click on Continue. If you want to see the compatibility app for your mobile applications, you can click on List of Compatible Applications. Go to the list. You can see that apps which are currently supported for various Android and iPhone mobile devices. You can pick any one of the application and install and configure in your mobile devices so that you can sync that particular app to the specific IAM users. Let me go back to IAM Management Console. Click on Show QR Code. Once you have installed and configured MFA app in your mobile device, you can scan this QR code in order to sync your mobile device to the IAM users. Once the QR code is scanned, you can get a security token displayed in your mobile. The token has to be supplied in MFA code 1. In my case, which is 710967. Then it will generate one more MFA code which we need to mention in MFA code 2 as well. Specify security token 2 as well, which is 266 756, then click on Assign MFA. Now you can see that the mobile device has successfully assigned to the specific IAM users. Click on Close. In order to verify the MFA device has successfully authenticated to the IWAQ1 user, let me log out as a root user and log in as a IAM user. Click on Logout. Browse through IAM sign-in link. Then specify the IAM user, which is IWAQ1. Then specify the password. Then click on Sign in. Now you can see the multi-factor authentication is enabled and it is expecting MFA code to be entered to log in with the AWS Management Console. Let me provide the security token which is displayed on the mobile device, which is 434290. Then click on Submit. Once the security token is validated, then only it will allow you to access the AWS Management Console. This is explaining how to enable multi-factor authentication for IAM users and various security best practices to be followed in IAM service to have more secured access to the AWS Management Console. That's it for this lecture. I will see you in the next lecture. Thank you.